Hello, this is Ian. Welcome to another video. Today we are doing another story video, but, we are doing short stories from Clockwork Chronicles, first book, but I'm going to do it in 4 parts because, there are 4 stories, so there are going to be 4 separate videos for those stories. Just because it will probably make more sense. Anyway. The first one is a it's a prequel to the overall story. The first 2 are prequels. Actually, the first 3 are prequels, and the other one is like a epilogue. This is a prologue. The last one is an epilogue before the second book. So, yeah. We're going to see how this goes. And, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't seen the overall story, be sure to do so. They're somewhere on my channel, obviously. I can leave a link to the playlist below if you want to check it out. Because, the books are good. Well, I've only read the first one. I'm going to read the second one as soon as I finish these, and depending on whenever. Anyway, let's get started. Book 1. Rivalry begins. Years ago, back before the current events of the story that is known as in the book called The Clockwork Plan, there was a world full of chaos and brokenness. Nothing was spared from destruction, and as havoc broke out from town to town, destroying and ruining lives in its wake, all because of a group of careless and inconsiderate YouTubers. YouTubers who had no idea that their actions would cause a threat against their kind in the future. Amongst the towns that had been ravaged, burned to the ground, and left to rot, abandoned, were 2 young men, broken and angry, forced to watch as everything they had ever known crumpled and fell. Their home, their family, their friends, everything. Those 2 men were named Andrew and Richard Jargon, who are better known as Mr. A and his brother RJ. This is the story of how they became the feared villains intent on destroying YouTubers. A story left untold until now. The 2 brothers could be found amongst the ruins of their homes, both cold, hearts hardened by what had happened. They'd heard of the attacks that had happened to other towns, but I never thought they would be targeted. But everything was gone, and the ones who did it were also gone. So we're just gonna sit here in barren wasteland, as home? Richard asked his brother, seeing the other man sitting over by the oddly large window that looked out into the world they once knew. And let those who did this get away with what they did? Richard snapped coldly. After what they've done to destroy the lives of hundreds of people? So, what do we suggest we do then? Seek revenge on them? The man asked. They have far stronger weapons than we do. We don't need weapons, only fear, Andrew said. And fear will drive our cause, not just to take revenge on those YouTubers who took everything from us, but all of them. Isn't that a little overkill? Richard asked with uncertainty. No, it's not, brother. Not when those YouTubers get what they deserve, Andrew said with deep wrath, raising his head high as he looked away from the window. None of them can be trusted. Not when we know what they're capable of. But won't we need help to do that? We can't do it alone, Richard insisted. There are plenty of people around who have been affected by those cruel and ruthless people. No doubt they'll be more than willing to side with us, even if it means getting revenge. Richard nodded. I think that just might work. It will work, Andrew said defiantly. But first, we need to ensure that no one will be able to find us or track us back here to here. Why? It's not like there's much left, Richard said with a chuckle. If they knew who we truly are, then there would be no need to be afraid of us, Andrew said coldly. We need names that both hide our identity and put fear into the hearts of millions. Richard's eyes gleamed with intrigue as he nodded. Go on, I'm listening. Andrew smiled and nodded, his thoughts delving deeper as a plan formed into his mind. If there was a way to cause the YouTubers to fear us, then there won't be anyone to stop us. First, we need to bring that fear into being. After all, spark of flame quickly turns into an uncontrollable inferno, given the right circumstances. Then let's do it, Richard said. I'll take the name RJ, since that sounds rather mysterious. Not as mysterious as Mr. A now, is it, brother? The other man uses a smile. You're a born leader, Andrew, Richard said with a nod. A smile spreading across his face. If anyone can do this, you surely can. I'll take that as a compliment. The older brother laughed. Now, where should we start? Maybe we track down those who took everything and destroy all of them, Richard suggested. Andrew shrugged. That could work, but I think you could put something much more personal. Richard opened his mouth to say more when there was a sudden knock on the door, which got both of their attentions. Richard got up and went over to the door and opened it. Well, hello there, he said rather plainly. Why don't you two of you come in? Andrew watched as two figures walked in. One was a young boy with short, light blonde brown hair and bright green eyes. He looked uncertain and shy, and from the look of it, he looked to be in his mid to late teens. Next to him was a tall man with broad shoulders. He wore a teal shirt with rolled-up sleeves and blue jeans. His blue eyes looked around the area, taking everything in. Wonder who that could be. So, what brings you two here? Andrew asked, speaking up as he took in the two new visitors. He was curious as to why the two of them had come here, especially when this place clearly seemed to have nothing left. We just wanted to see what was around, the man said simply. My name's Steve, and this is my friend Elijah White, or Eli, too, for short. Hello, Eli said timidly. Is that so? Richard asked curiously, raising an eyebrow. You've seen just how awful this place is, right? Yeah, we did, Steve said matter-of-factly, and I guess just wanted to see if there was anything we could do to help. Well, there's no point in rebuilding this town, Richard snapped. It's beyond repair, and most everyone left to find somewhere else to go. What happened? Eli asked quietly. What? Richard asked. What happened to the town? Steve clarified. It was attacked, Richard said plainly, by YouTubers. Ah, I see, Steve said with a nod. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, if you do want to help, perhaps you could do one thing for us, Andrew offered, leaving his spot by the window. My name is Mr. A, and this is my brother, RJ. We're the last people who stayed here in this town. Perhaps you can help us take revenge on those who harmed us? Revenge? Steve asked with surprise. But you're just two guys, and if what I've heard is right, they won't see it coming. RJ mused with a cold smile. We can gather people from towns that have been momentarily spared and strike back against them. Unless, of course, there's something you're hiding from us. Me? Hiding something? Steve asked, looking between the two of them. I'm not hiding something. I don't think taking revenge is the right thing to do. Isn't there another way you could help them see what they're doing is wrong? It's not just them that deserve what they've done, RJ said. No YouTuber can be trusted with this kind of power. We need to stop them before no one can. Destroy them before they destroy us. Steve's eyes widened in shock and surprise as he shook his head. I can't do that. Why not? Archie snapped. Just leave him alone, Eli replied back, startling the man. If he doesn't want to help you, then don't make him. There's only one reason he can deny such a powerfully sweet offer. Technically, there are more. Archie said bluntly, looking over at the boy before looking back at the man. You're a YouTuber. What makes you so sure about that? Steve asked, taking the accusation without a blink of an eye, neither confirming or denying it. Archie's theory. I see the bond between you two. And your little friend here. Something that isn't normally seen by our kind. Besides, your aura seems rather different. How so? Steve asked, raising an eyebrow. I'm just one guy, helping others who need it. I took Eli in after his town was attacked. Protected him from other monsters out there. Monsters worse than what you believe to be a threat of the YouTubers. I don't approve of violence unless it's necessary. But revenge on the people who've already taken everything? It won't satisfy the hurt and pain inside you. There is none of that inside me, RJ snarled, eyes filling more and more with rage as he lunged. The longer the man spoke, what am I talking about? Giving more proof of his true identity. I'll explain it later. RJ, Mr. A warned, I'd be careful not to lose your temper. How else do we start this? RJ asked him. How else do we prove to them that we're more of a threat than they realize? That we're capable of doing whatever it takes to get what we want? Mr. A did not respond as RJ turned back to Steve and Eli, anger and hatred and rage in his eyes. I'm not a threat to you or anyone, Steve offered, raising his hands up in surrender. And neither is Eli. We're just travelers looking for ways to help others. If you don't want our help, we can go elsewhere. Oh, you will help us, YouTuber, RJ said coldly. You'll help us start the mission my brother and I have to destroy everything the YouTubers hold dear. Just like they did to us. Before destroying them, till none of them are left. RJ lunged at Steve, who pushed Eli behind him as the man tackled him to the ground. The YouTuber grunted and groaned as RJ attacked him. Steve! Eli cried in horror, running towards his friend, watching as RJ wrapped his arm around his friend's throat, blocking his airway, but was stopped by a hand falling on his shoulder, gently pulled back. You don't want to be a part of this, boy, Mr. A warned him from over his shoulder. Let us go! Eli cried, pulling away from the man as he watched with tears in his eyes. He saw the life fading from his friend's eyes as RJ loomed triumphantly over him. I believe it is too late for your friend, Mr. A said simply. And I warn you, boy, you will face the same fate if you try to get in my way. No, the boy said, shaking his head, tears of anger and grief filling his eyes as he looked at his dying friend. growing limp against the stronger man. Go! Steve managed to choke out, commanding the boy to get out of this place. But Eli was hesitant to go, hesitant to leave his friend here alone with these men who wanted him dead. Not only him, but millions of innocent people as well. People like Steve, who didn't deserve the fate that these men had sealed for them. You won't get away with this, the boy said firmly, looking at both of the men before he turned and ran out of sight from the men. Neither of them tried pursuing him. There was no need to. After all, he was just a boy. What power could he have against them? Mr. Halleck added, brother, just as Steve's body exploded into dust, fading away in the dimming sunlight as late evening turned into night. The man smiled at his brother. I actually enjoyed that, RJ said with satisfaction, getting to his feet. But I think it'll be better when we find better and more painful ways to finish them off. I agree, brother, Mr. A said with a chuckle. This is only the beginning of a good, grand journey. What of the boy? You sure you won't try to stop us? He's the other person, the only person who knows what's going to happen. The only other person. The only other person that knows what's going to happen. The man said, You can't stop us forever, RJ. I assure you that, Mr. A laughed. I'm not afraid of a mere boy. Can't stop us. Mr. RJ chuckled, and nodded. You should mind command, brother. And why don't we get started? It can't be that hard, Mr. A said. So it was. They had embarked on a plan to try to destroy the YouTubers. But as they attempted this, Eli stood up against them. With him and his small group of friends and allies, he formed the cause that would battle for the lives of the YouTubers. So for years, unresting, unrelenting. Perhaps someday, someone would win. Whenever that would be, neither of them knew. But every life was worth fighting for. To protect or destroy. To preserve or perish. To be worth all the hard work that both sides put into this. Start of a fiery rivalry. Battle between life and death for the YouTuber. I know you're probably wondering, why Steve is a YouTuber? Well, if you go back to around the 2011-2012 area, before skins were actually introduced, Steve was the character in Minecraft that people used to do Minecraft videos and all that stuff. So it only made sense that he would be like the first YouTuber or something, because technically he would be the first YouTuber. Now, after those years passed, and we are able to pick skins and have our own unique skins, there's no need for a Steve, because Steve is Steve. And like, I've never confirmed or denied an Alex somewhere out there. There probably is. But yeah, it's just something interesting that I decided to put in, because technically Steve would be the first ever YouTuber, because he was the first YouTuber that saw the world of Minecraft, if you know what I mean. But anyway, that's the end of this short story. I will be having the second one out shortly, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!